Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, November 29th. The time is 1:22 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 4 degrees Celsius. And I'm here just in front of Union Station. And this would be Front Street West. And across the street is the Royal York Hotel. And that is the TD Union Winter Ice Skating Rink. And it looks like there's some people just stepping onto the ice for the first time, which is neat to see. And for this one, I'm going to head on into Union Station and we'll take a walk around what is Canada's busiest rail station, or at least for commuter rail. And then I'll make my way into the Path, which has been dubbed the world's largest underground connected shopping center. And that sits mostly underneath the financial district. And I think I'll work my way over to City Hall or so. So let's head into Union Station here. And this first area is known as the Great Hall. And just behind me is an area that has been closed for a very long time. I believe they refer to this area as the East Wing. And it looks like it's still very much under construction. Back in 2006, plans were revealed to revitalize Union Station. And it was announced that it would cost a total of $640 million and be completed by 2014. And here we are at the end of 2022, and things still aren't quite finished. This area here will take you to the Via Rail section, where you could board a train to Montreal or Ottawa or a number of other cities. You could also take the Union Pearson Express train from the station to the airport, as well as 7 different GO trains, which is a commuter rail system. There's also a GO bus and regional bus terminal on the other side of Bay Street and CIBC Square. And there is a subway station with a streetcar connection as well. And the station's also connected to, or very nearby, a number of tourist attractions. You could take the Skywalk over to the Sky Dome or Ripley's Aquarium, or CN Tower. There's also the Metro Toronto Convention Center, and you're pretty much right across the street from the Hockey Hall of Fame. So I am now down a level. And there's 2 different concourses for waiting for GO trains. There's the York Concourse, which is straight ahead as York Street flanks the west side of the property, and then there's the Bay Street Concourse, which is in the other direction. I've been to this place a couple of times. They have another location on King Street West. It's a German sausage and beer restaurant. There's another restaurant over there called Union Chicken. I have not been to that one. And the wayfinding here has often been criticized. Bus terminal and Scotiabank Arena straight ahead. The arena is directly connected to Union Station. And this is the area known as the York Concourse. There's a number of Presto machines. That's the fare payment system we use here in Ontario, at least for most transit. And before you head up, you're supposed to tap on there with your card. You also tap as you exit the GO train.
For easy travel, use the Presto app to instantly load funds to your Presto card or buy a GO Transit e-ticket online. To help plan your trip from start to finish, use TripWise.
There's the McCafe off in that direction, but we'll head down and take a quick look at this food court. This is all part of the new revitalization. The food court was not here. I used to come here to go to Blue Jay games as a kid. And this area straight ahead has just recently opened up. A few months ago, this would have been blocked off. There's a McDee's. And another smaller food court has popped up just straight ahead from here. I think it was last summer that the mayor proudly proclaimed that all the revitalization work had been completed, but as you can see, it clearly hasn't. It was even worse at that time, as this area and several other areas, such as the East Wing where I started, were not yet open. There's that new food area, Grand Tacos. Another Union Chicken. A Mean Bao. And straight ahead, would be the Scotiabank Arena. Here's another large area that's not yet open. If you're standing here looking for the bus terminal, you might be at a bit of a loss. But to get there, you could go this way into the arena. And then head up and cross the street here over to CIBC Square. That's also where you'll find CIBC Square Park. I did a video through there shortly after the bus terminal opened. And that one consolidated two different bus terminals. One that used to be on Bay Street here, just across the street, and the regional coach terminal that was up at Bay and Dundas. And the bus terminal is located just over there. So this is the Bay Concourse, and it's very similar to the York Concourse on the other side. Things aren't looking very complete over in that direction. Oh, and they've got this blocked off. I was not aware of that. And you say your train station is completely open for business. There's 12 existing platforms.
Please, I envy.
And look, you could go to the ladies' room on the right or the ladies' room on the left. We've got two ladies' rooms beside each other and two men's rooms beside each other. All right, let's head up and check out one of the GO train platforms. I think there's a plan to ultimately consolidate these platforms to 7 much wider platforms, which would accommodate a higher frequency of GO trains.
The indoor walkway on the west side of Bay Street is partially closed for construction. You can access platforms 3 to 13 in the Bay and York concourses. Please follow signs that show you where to go or ask staff for assistance. Visit GoTransit.com for details.
All right, let's check out platforms 8 and 9 here.
Du côté ouest de la rue B, partiellement fermée en raison des travaux. Vous pouvez accéder.
Technically, this is a fare paid zone. There's a train just rolling in. And there's the Via train just off in that direction. And the Union Pearson Express platform, which will take you to the airport. Is off in that direction over there, which is to the west. And I think they've had some issues with this platform area, as they want to be able to electrify everything. But this old tin roof here is actually part of a National Heritage designation. And in order to do that, they would have to lift it out of the way or lower the tracks. Let's head back down to the Bay Concourse. The GO Train network follows what you could call a hub and spoke design, so most of the suburban commuter rail feeds into Union. So it's quite efficient in terms of getting from out of town to the core of the city, but if you're connecting from suburb to suburb, you often do not have a direct connection. I think that's the staircase I took up. All right, now I'll head over into the path through the subway station. There's a new LCBO liquor store, and there's going to be another one just on the other side of Union Station. And I think in North America, Penn Station in New York is busier. And I think depending on which list you consult, Toronto is either the second, or Union is either the second or third busiest rail station in North America, with Grand Central in New York often being listed as second, but they are very close in terms of total passengers. All right, so this connects us into the subway station. And if you don't have a Presto card with a fare already paid, you could just walk around in that direction, but thank you. Since I already have a free transfer, why not use it? So you can head in that direction and head down the stairs on the right and head on the Yonge Street side of Line 1, as well as catch one of two streetcars, either the Harbourfront or the Spadina streetcar, or you could go left and head up the University portion of Line 1, which goes in a big horseshoe meeting at Union Station here at the southern end. And now it's time to walk into the path. And I could head that way into Brookfield Place. The path is absolutely huge. It's built as the world's largest underground shopping complex. And this connects many of the buildings in the financial district. And it's been expanded south of Union Station into the South Core as well. I did a walk along the South Core path last year. And this is the RBC Center that I'm currently walking through. And there's a food court just down these escalators. There's a number of food courts in here. And I think I'm going to make my way north and see if I can pop out just across the street from City Hall. This is certainly the busiest I've seen it in a while. I did a lot of path videos during the pandemic where it was very much a ghost town. There's something like 1,200 different retailers down here and over 4 million square feet of retail. And there's over 75 buildings connected to the path, as well as 6 different subway stations and 3 major department stores. There's about a dozen or so hotels connected to it. And once upon a time, you would have found me wandering these parts. Not with a camera in hand, but as an employee, trying to spend as much time away from my desk as possible. I worked over at First Canadian Place. So this is the TD Center portion. The way this works is each different building owner owns a section of the path below it, and it's responsible for maintaining it. I think there's over 35 different corporations in total involved. And this will take us over towards the TD Food Hall. I think the pandemic wiped out a lot of retailers down here. There used to be a toy store just in on the right. Unfortunately, several years ago while I was at work, one of the shoppers here at this pharmacy was stabbed to death in a very sad incident. This is the Timmy's I used to frequent. It would be extremely challenging to try to even cover half of the path in just one video. In fact, I think I've recorded around the path about a dozen times or total, and I've still missed some areas. So this will take you up to King Street. And now we're heading over to First Canadian Place, which is, at least for now, still the tallest building in Canada. It's also where I used to work. This used to be an Aldo shoe store on the right. And yet another LCBO. I'm curious if they have any sort of Christmas decor up. They do, but it seems to be pretty minimal. And off in that direction, you could keep going straight and head through Scotia Plaza, and that'll take you to King Subway Station. Or you could make a left and head up through the Bay Adelaide Centre and go into the Eaton Centre, which is connected to the path. There's a large above-ground food court just up that way. I'm curious if the Le Cafe is reopened. I'm just going to swing over by that way. And then this direction, if you keep going straight, you'll end up at St. Andrew's subway station. Longo's supermarket is very expensive. And I'm surprised to see this is yet to reopen. This place was always packed too. Porchetta is still kicking. Mad Radish is fairly new.
And she used to try.
So we are here, and we started at Union, and we came up. I walked this way, this way, kind of straight down here. Now we're going to go up that way.
You're Johnny, right?
That's me.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you. Cheers.
Watch your video.
Well, you can see this one tomorrow.
Looking forward to it.
All right, take care. Just ran into a viewer. Oop, I had my camera on zoom there. All right. So that'll head us back over to First Canadian Place. And this should take us up through a food court. A radically remodeled food court. Subway's open. Oh my. I think a lot of these food courts were renovated during the pandemic.
Tuesday, Thursday. And then December, I mean,
Zteca is open. The Timmy's is closed. The Burger King is closed. I used to be a regular here on Whopper Wednesdays. The seating area looks much nicer, but it looks like they definitely lowered the capacity. Hey,
what are you doing here?
what are you doing here? Oh, awesome. I'm just working too. All right. There's a former coworker who I used to work with up near York Mills. That was the job I quit during the first year of the pandemic when I decided I just wanted to walk around and make some videos talking to myself for a while. So we'll be heading by two more food courts.
It's actually cool that
And I'll pop up at Nathan Phillips Square.
Well, actually, on Saturday,
So I started at one public skating venue, and we'll be finishing up at another one. This place was loosely built or based on Yad Vashem. Although I think they're a lot nicer there. And here's another food court that has been drastically remodeled. And from all those modern, recently renovated spaces to a place that feels straight out of the 1980s. This is heading underneath the area around the Sheridan Center Hotel. So just above here is Queen Street West. There's a Subway around the corner I always used to go to. And it is not open. There's a Greek restaurant on the left as well. Mr. Souvlaki, that sadly hasn't reopened yet. Noodle King, China Walk. It's one of the more affordable food courts in the area.
And it kind of dawned on me later.
Okay, so this will pop us up into Hudson's Bay, actually. I was thinking it'll take me into the Eaton Center. I was thinking I'd finish up at Nathan Phillips Square. I'm sure I'll be doing an extensive Eaton Center walk this holiday season anyways. Ooh, it does not smell very fresh down here. It's not a lavatory, but you wouldn't know it if you could only smell it. And we're here at Queen West. There's Old City Hall. I wonder if she's making a YouTube video with her phone on a gimbal and those notes printed off. And this is where they're holding the Cavalcade of Lights. Take one last look at City Hall, or Old City Hall. So I'm going to come back here late one evening or early in the night. And make a video that checks out all the light displays here. I also did one last year. Don't want to jump the gun and just watch that one. It looks like it's pretty much the same thing. Here we go, the public skating rink has returned to Nathan Phillips Square. With new City Hall in the background. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this walk exploring Union Station and the Path, and eventually ending up here at Nathan Phillips Square. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and if you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. And there is a super thanks button appearing below these videos. All right, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.